Hello YouTube and welcome to another video, man. I know it's been a while since I made a video, and also been a while since especially since I made a video about computers, but I'll go ahead and make this one a video about another computer that I have here. It's actually an Acer Nitro. Acer Nitro laptop. It's kind of one of the more newer laptops that I have. And of course there I got my fan platform to sit on to keep it cool while I'm gaming. Anyway, this Acer Nitro 5 laptop. I believe it's kind of newer. It's not exactly new, but it's actually from 2021. So here we're getting our top cover for the lid closed. Getting our Nitro logo there. Here we got our indicator lights for power and charging. Up on the front, not really nothing there. On the side here, we're getting two USB ports. Getting our headphone jack. We're getting another port for Ethernet, and that's our CPU vent for the CPU fan. And on the back here we're getting our power port for the AC adapter, and here's the vent for the GPU fan. And on the side here, turn it over here, getting our CPU vent for our GPU fan vent. We're getting an HDMI port, getting another USB-A port and another USB-C port. I think it's for like higher speed transfers or something like that. USB-C. And of course on the bottom here we got ports for the CPU and the fans for the CPU and GPU. And of course here's our label here. It's by Acer. It's the model number Nitro 5. Of course, it said it was made in July 25th, 2021. So I guess not too awfully old. Let's go ahead and set it on our bench here. And this cooling pad for the laptop. Plug that up. Of course, we're also getting a battery. It can probably last for, I guess, about an hour and a half to 2 hours if I'm not doing anything too intense, you know, for the battery life. Anyway, we'll open this up. And of course, for our screen, we're getting full HD screen, 1080p, with a refresh rate of 360 Hertz. That we're getting there. Get our Acer logo there. And here's the labels there. Getting some dual M.2 support, NitroSense, Cool Boost, the Ethernet, dual exhaust, immersive gaming audio, HDMI. And of course over here we're getting our RGB keyboard with dedicated number pad. And we're getting our trackpad here. And we got the stickers for AMD Ryzen 5000 series. It's a Ryzen 7. And another sticker for an Nvidia GeForce RTX. Okay, now the specs of this laptop are, we're basically getting for the CPU, we're getting a AMD Ryzen 7 5800H. It's 8 core, 16 thread. For the RAM, we're getting 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM at 3200 megahertz. And for our storage, we're getting a 1 terabyte nvme drive SSD. And of course for our graphics card, we're getting an Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 GPU with 8 gigabytes of video RAM. So we'll power this up and see how it does with some of the modern games I have loaded on here. And we're at our login screen. And here's our screen there. Of course I'm connected to the internet. Okay. Now some of the games I have loaded on here. More a few of these. Start off with RDR2. Well, first we go to system properties. AMD Ryzen 7 5800H. Of course, it's also got integrated graphics, like basically if I'm just doing general tests, it'll likely use that and then switch over to the 3080. So first we'll do RDR2. Kind of to wait for this launcher to load. Adjust the volume. Sometimes when I adjust the volume, it shows like a little artifact there. all I have to do that is just do Alt Enter. Yeah, it just shows that for some reason. Yeah, of course, this only happens in RDR2 where it shows that little artifact where when I adjust the volume on the keyboard. Of course, for that I can just do Alt Enter, and it goes away. Here at a horseshoe overlook. Let's go and do the benchmark. Check our settings here. Let me see, we're pretty much on ultra on everything. DLSS and quality. Yeah, we're pretty much on ultra on pretty much everything. So let's see how the benchmark does. Check our FPS. Feel like okay. So right now we're getting about 40 FPS, 39, everything at ultra. Here we're getting about 48, 49 FPS. $53. Here we're getting around 51, 50. Here we're getting about 65, 66, 67 FPS. Okay, so altogether, on average, we got 61 FPS on RDR2. So get out of that. I was trying another one, Cyberpunk 2077. Check the settings on here. We got custom DLSS super resolution set to quality. We got AMD FSR 3.1 frame generation high. All the ray tracing features on, everything set for those. And everything pretty much set high, the rolls are pretty much maxed out. trying to benchmark good. See how we do on that. Here we're getting about 72, 71 FPS, 67, 70. So on average we got on Cyberpunk 2077, 75 FPS. Average. Some of the specs there. Average FPS 75. Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080. Okay. And then of course, last but not least, the newest game that I have on here is actually Stalker 2. This one's just released about 9 months ago or so in November of 2024. Z. This one don't have a benchmark, but I'll just turn on the statistics so we can see our FPS. Now, if you think about Stalker 2, Harsh or Nova, I think actually to me this is actually kind of like this game is actually kind of like a remaster. It's kind of like a remaster to the original game of Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl that came out back in 2007. So this one's basically like a remastered version of it. And again on here we got everything set to high. It's basically what it defaulted to. DLSS and quality. FSR 3.1. Okay, so we're in here, looking around. Here we're getting about 79 FPS, 74. See, we're at about 75, 76, 79. About 70 FPS, 71. Apparently going outside here. In about 70, 74 FPS. $68, $64, $52, $56, $60. Yeah, it kind of varies a bit. Yeah, about 73 FPS, 77. $65, about 70 FPS. $61, $58, $57, $62. And about 66, 64, 71. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna say the average on this game is probably about maybe about 70 FPS. Now in comparison, this is actually the original stock from 2007. Well, it says enhanced edition, but it's basically very similar to the original. Made in Ukraine. Let's go into the credits. Just shows about who made it. Last save. Let's go into the original version. Shadow of Chernobyl.
So, Mark One, I saved you, and I'm not going to pretend I did it to win favors upstairs.
Here we're getting about
Jobs for me
150
and
FPS.
Besides, keeping you busy might be a good way to deal with your amnesia. and I'll see what I can find out about your problem.
Yeah, about 100,
I don't give
154
a shit why you
FPS.
want to find this Trella guy. I mind my own business. If you want to kill him, well, you must have your... What are you standing there for? Come closer. I don't bite.
Yeah, I know
The
that.
choice is yours. Either I brainwash you, got a job for you.
Seth.
Good hunting, stalker.
Yeah, it's basically like this is basically the original version of Stalker Shadow at Chernobyl, even though it says Enhanced Edition. But outside we're basically getting about 106, 104 FPS, 110. Yeah, getting about 112 FPS. Yeah, about 118 FPS here. Okay, walking through here, we're at about 119 FPS. Here we're 112 FPS. Oh. Let's turn that back off. And of course going on over to Nitro Sense. Shows what the fans are and sets a max we want. Or just keep it on auto. Which supposedly like basically adjusts the fan speed as it gets hotter with more load. Of course over here we can adjust the keyboard if we want. See it's set on red right now. If I want to, I can just change the colors. Say if I want green. Now we got green on there. I can basically change it to different types of colors if I want. Put it on blue if I want. Now we got blue keyboard. Or if I just simply want a white keyboard, I can do that as well. You know, say if I want to do office work, I don't want any fancy colors. I can just set it to a white keyboard. Or of course I can adjust the brightness if I want. Or if I want to, I can just turn all of them off. Just have it like a regular non-LED keyboard. Put it back on red. And of course I forgot to plug this cooling pad up, but this would actually plug in here. We also got RGB on that as well, and just fan speed. Let's turn it off or on. Just RGB on that. And the same way with the keyboard as well. We can also put it on that rainbow effect if we want. So wave. Yeah, it has like these different effects. Basically put it like on a rainbow effect, a wave. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Or of course change it back to the default red. So yeah, this has pretty much been the Acer 5 laptop. You know, it seems to do pretty good as far as games goes. Now of course, even though its native resolution is this 1080p, I could adjust it all the way up to 1800p. You know, it's hard to see very little stuff there. So we're just gonna keep it at the native for now. It says right now it's at 1080p, 1920 by 1080 at 360. Connected to Radeon graphics. Apparently it's using that for the general task. And well, that's about it. It's obviously I can browse the web pretty easily. Go to YouTube. Well, that's about it. It's hope y'all have a good day, y'all. Thanks for watching the video.